How many times have you tried to start a new habit, like waking up early, working out, or even spending less time on social media, only to see it all fall apart after just a few days? No matter how much we want to change, it feels like our willpower just fades away, right? But what if I told you that the key to creating strong habits, those that last even on tough days, lies in your daily routines? Simple daily actions can strengthen your self-control and make any new habit easier to keep up. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to apply these routines in a way that's simple and effective. So if you're tired of starting things that never seem to stick and want, once and for all to develop the self-control to make any habit last, stick around until the end. These tips could truly change the way you approach your goals and even the way you see yourself. Self-control is much more than just a matter of willpower. In fact, it's one of the pillars of achieving any goal, whether in your personal or professional life. Think about it. When we can stay focused and do what needs to be done, even when motivation is low, that's when we actually make progress. And this ability to stay on track is what separates those who reach their goals from those who give up along the way. Successful people, whether at work, in their studies, or in life, didn't get there on talent or luck alone. They built and maintained self-control, turning small, consistent actions into solid habits. It's this consistency that eventually leads to results. Now imagine the impact self-control could have on your life. If you could maintain your habits consistently, what could you accomplish? How would your results improve if you had the discipline to say no to distractions and focus on what really matters? What many people don't realize is that self-control can be trained, and that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. Practical routines to help you build this essential skill. From here on, each tip will show you how small, daily actions can create big, lasting results in your life. Now that we understand the impact of self-control, let's get straight to the point. How do you create habits that truly stick? There are some fundamental principles that help make habits stronger, and in turn, make daily self-control easier to maintain. Let's dive into these three pillars. First principle: clarity. First and foremost, it's essential to define exactly what you want. Vague goals like, I want to be more productive or I want to exercise won't cut it. A solid habit begins with specific objectives like, I'm going to read 15 pages every day, or I'll go for a 20-minute walk each morning. The more specific you are, the easier it becomes to understand what needs to be done and, most importantly, to stay focused. Second principle: consistency. If you've ever heard someone say that practice makes perfect, know that this applies here. For a habit to stick, it needs to be repeated, even in small doses. The idea is to build gradually without overdoing it. After all, going all in one week and stopping the next doesn't work, right? Consistency is what turns a temporary effort into a lasting behavior. Third principle: positive reinforcement. Celebrating small wins creates a positive connection with the habit you're building. It doesn't have to be anything grand. Acknowledging your effort already makes a difference. For example, at the end of a week of keeping up with your new habit, reward yourself with something small, like an episode of your favorite show. This kind of reward reinforces the behavior, making it more enjoyable and natural to continue. Following these three principles establishes a strong foundation for creating unbreakable habits. And this brings us to the next point: simple and effective daily routines to help apply these principles in your day-to-day and strengthen your self-control. Now it's time to put theory into practice. Let's look at a few simple routines that, when applied daily, will help you develop self-control naturally and consistently. Remember, the key is repeating these small daily actions, which add up to transform self-control into something automatic. Routine 1. Setting daily intentions. This first routine is incredibly powerful. Start your day with clear intentions. Take a few minutes in the morning to think and write down 1 or 2 self-control goals for the day. They don't have to be complicated. It could be something simple like, I'll avoid checking my phone during work hours, or I'll dedicate 30 minutes to studying without interruptions. The important thing is that these intentions serve as guides to stay focused and resist distractions. Why does this work? When you set intentions first thing in the morning, You prepare your mind to act in line with these goals. This makes you feel more committed throughout the day. Each time you remember what you set out to do, you reinforce self-control and reduce the chances of straying from the path. Routine. 2. Visualization practice. Take 5 minutes to practice visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself completing your self-control goals for the day. Visualize the satisfaction of finishing each task. Studies show that visualization activates areas of the brain related to planning and motivation, increasing the likelihood of actually following through. This practice strengthens your resolve and creates a positive memory of what you want to achieve. When you picture yourself successfully completing your goals, the habit feels closer and more attainable, increasing your commitment to sticking with it. Routine 3. Nightly review. At the end of the day, do a quick review of how you performed. Ask yourself, what went well today, and where did I struggle? This is a time to reflect without judgment. The goal is simply to observe what worked and identify areas to improve for the next day. The nightly review allows you to learn from your own behavior and make practical adjustments. For example, if you notice you got distracted at certain times, you can tweak your plan to minimize distractions the next day. This constant reflection also strengthens self-awareness, which is essential for improving self-control over time. These 3 daily routines, setting intentions, practicing visualization, and doing a nightly review, form a solid foundation for building self-control. And the best part is they don't require hours out of your day. With just a few minutes of dedication, you can make self-control a natural part of your routine. These practices will help you build a sense of consistency and control over your actions. By repeating these routines, you'll start to see each day as a new opportunity to reinforce your self-control and strengthen your habits. In the next chapter, we'll discuss the most common obstacles that may arise along this journey and, of course, how to deal with them without losing your momentum. After all, building self-control is a process, and facing challenges is part of it. Even with a solid routine, we know obstacles can pop up. Sometimes procrastination takes over. Other times, motivation fades. These challenges are normal, and the good news is that there are strategies to tackle them without compromising your progress. First obstacle, procrastination. Procrastination is that famous putting things off cycle that becomes a bad habit. A simple technique to overcome this initial resistance is the 5-minute rule. It works like this. When you feel yourself putting off a task, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. It's impressive how this approach reduces resistance and helps you build the momentum you need to keep going. Second obstacle, lack of motivation. The truth is, motivation comes and goes, and self-control can't rely on it alone. An effective technique is positive self-talk. Instead of waiting to feel like doing something, ask yourself, why did I start this? Or, how will I feel once I finish? Reminding yourself of your reasons and the positive impact of your actions strengthens your desire to continue, even without strong motivation. Third obstacle, unexpected situations. Life doesn't always go as planned, so we need flexibility. A practical way to handle this is to create contingency plans or alternatives for when things go off track. For example, if you can't do your morning routine, commit to spending 10 minutes during your lunch break. This plan B keeps the habit active, preventing it from being completely broken. These obstacles are a natural part of the process, and every time you overcome one, you're strengthening your self-control even more. Facing challenges rather than feeling discouraged by them is what makes self-control a solid, lasting skill. In the next chapter, we'll explore the transformative benefits of maintaining these self-control routines and how they positively impact various areas of your life. After all, the self-control you're building isn't limited to habits. It opens doors to a lifetime of achievements. When you adopt self-control routines, you're not just creating isolated habits. You're transforming your life in a profound way. Over time, this self-control becomes part of who you are, reflecting positively in many areas from your productivity to your self-esteem. Let's look at some of these benefits that go beyond immediate gains and bring a true shift in perspective. Increased productivity. One of the first things you'll notice is that self-control reduces the infamous decision fatigue. By establishing consistent routines and habits, you save mental energy because you know exactly what needs to be done. It's as if your brain is programmed to act automatically without having to fight procrastination or distractions. As a result, tasks that once seemed heavy now flow more naturally and with less effort. Higher self-confidence. Each small success you achieve reinforces your self-confidence. Imagine the difference of completing your daily goals, no matter how small they are. Over time, this sequence of achievements shows you that you can keep your word, especially with yourself. This sense of accomplishment makes you more confident in your abilities, impacting your decisions and attitudes in other aspects of life as well. Personal growth and a growth mindset. When you cultivate self-control, you're building a foundation for continuous growth. That's because the same discipline that helps you maintain a habit today also serves as a foundation for you to pursue even bigger goals in the future. Self-control, then, becomes more than just a tool. It becomes part of your identity, opening doors for you to reach long-term goals. These benefits aren't temporary. They create a solid foundation that makes success easier in every area of your life. And this transformation begins with small daily actions that, repeated, create a reality where self-control becomes a natural part of who you are. In the next chapter, we'll wrap up with an inspiring message and invite you to start today with these routines that can change your life. After all, every step counts when you're building the future you want. Building self-control is more than just keeping up a habit. It's building the confidence that you can achieve any goal you set for yourself. Imagine waking up each day knowing you have the power to control your actions, to say no to what doesn't add value, and yes to what truly matters. That's the freedom self-control offers. And the best part is that it all starts with small steps. Setting your daily intentions, visualizing your success, and reviewing your progress at night, these practices are simple yet powerful. They make self-control part of your day-to-day until it becomes second nature. Now it's your turn. Why not start by applying one of these routines today? Choose one practice and put it into action, and at the end of the day, see how it feels. If these tips resonated with you, leave a comment about your experience or the biggest challenge you face in creating habits. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on productivity and self-control. Remember, big changes start with small decisions, and that decision is in your hands.